Hello, hello, my GTE family. It's your girl, Summer Lee. So, we are outside tonight. You will be hearing the cicadas, crickets, frogs, and also I live near a base, so you'll probably be hearing like army planes and helicopters and whatnot going off. So, first, I want to get on here and say how humbled I am for all the views and subscribers. It means the world to me. It just shows me that whether or not y'all message me or comment or not, that these videos are getting out there to someone who needs them. Now, if y'all are circulating these videos for laughs or jokes, then that's just going to have karma come back on you, because this channel, what I'm doing here is to talk to people, also to help myself. So, with that being said, I wasn't even going to do a video today because I had to go make a quick trip back to my hometown last night, yesterday, and I just got back this afternoon and just been cleaning my home, getting things situated with my babies, and I just said, I just don't have it in me. I want to give my viewers the utmost energy, right? But real life, we don't really always have the energy that we want to give to other people. We just have what we have, right? But that still doesn't mean that the messages or the words or the thoughts that we have, we can't speak on. So instead of it being more like a message tonight, it's just going to be like me talking about something that's been on my mind and my heart all day. So I'm pretty sure there's a few of you out there that can relate to me on this one. You ever heard, my papa used to tell me, okay, and those of you that do know me, my papa was the most important man in my life, and God rest his soul. He was my best friend. He was my father, my grandfather, the one person who kept me going when I couldn't go for myself. Because if you look back on my previous videos, I've explained that I am my own worst critic, enemy, just my own hater, really. I've never been the one to, per se, believe in myself until here recently, over the past year and a half. So, anyways, there's a point to this. He used to have this saying for me, you are a different breed, Summer Lee. Your heart is too big for this world. I did not believe him then, being a young girl or a young lady, or just hearing any of that. I didn't understand or understood exactly what my grandfather was trying to get across to me until now. What I'm taking from that now is, if you're like me, and you have the biggest freaking heart, and you're so easily to just be there for other people and want to help other people and heal other people, and you just care so much, you can't control it, right? You just have so much love and light to give that you can't help it. And a lot of times, from experience, you're so caring that you don't realize how much you can actually be hurting yourself. For one, for being too caring, right? I always call it a curse. It's like I sit here and I talk about, yes, I dislike people. Who doesn't? Yes, I make mistakes. Who doesn't? Name one person out there with a very good heart and who's such a good person who hasn't fucked up once or twice, okay? Doesn't mean you don't have a good heart. in my case, what I'm trying to say is, it's like, I'm trying to figure out, like, my goals and my dreams and what I want to do in life, which is to be some type of counselor or somewhere in that occupation. And over the last year, I've beginning to realize that I absorb and consume all these people's energies, and I care for every individual that I know in my life, even people that I don't know. And sometimes I care too much to where it's completely out of my control, and I'm just left heartbroken in certain situations. I am left feeling defeated because you care so much. But one, there's either no point in it, or two, you don't know, you can't do nothing about it. Or certain situations are just out of your control, and you're just going to have to let that be. Now, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like I said, this isn't more or less a message. This is more of just me coming on here to talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind. And I had a conversation about this with my mother and everything, and just trying to, it's starting to become worrisome to where at night, like, people that were not even in my immediate light, like, my mother is going to her car, so sorry about that, guys, but it's life, it's real. We outside kicking it today, so we just woke somebody up. Anyways, it's more like, I feel like I care too much. Now, how many of you can relate to me on that one? I guarantee you there's a few of you out there. And sometimes the people that we care about, and it could not just one specific person, okay? I'm talking about multiple people, and from my experience in my life. And you care so much about them, and you would do anything, and they've done you so wrong, and any other person would just be like, screw them, why are you even wasting your energy on it? I don't have that capability. Now, how many of you out there are like me, who no matter what they do or who it is, you can't stop caring. You can't stop hurting. Like, I'll go throughout my day, and I'll just be thinking about these certain individuals, certain situations, and at the end of the day, which does not personally affect my life whatsoever, but it still affects my heart. At the end of the day, I'm still left feeling defeated and heartbroken because you don't want to care, because you can't do nothing about it, or they're gonna constantly keep doing things to hurt you or deceive you, or constantly just making you sit here shaking your head like, why am I even, and in my case it's a few people, and it's like, I will go through to the end of the earth for you. If you are my friend, you will have me as a friend to the end. Speaking of me being near the base, this is so cool. It took me forever to get used to it because I'm from the country. We don't have all that out there where I'm from. And moving out here, like the first year of me living out here, it was like, oh God, am I in a war zone? But now I just think it's really awesome. But I do apologize for that if that bothers some people. But anywho, rambling on. How many of you can relate? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you, right? What do we do in these situations? What do we do when we're left defeated at the end of the day because we can't stop caring about certain situations or certain people, no matter how hard we try, right? Like, and like I was saying, I don't have the capability. Because once you're my friend, I'm always your friend. I'm always your friend. We could fall off. We could fist knock down, drag out, apologize, make up. I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to be there for you. And I've done come to terms to accept the fact that that's just who I am. Some people call it weak. Some people call it stupid, pointless. And I've been sitting here all day wondering how I make sense of all this. And then I just went back to my grandfather. Any random times that I would just be overly emotional as a child, or, you know, upset that there was a dead frog, or just upset at the littlest things that made me so overly emotional, he would always say, Summer Lee, you're a different breed. Your heart's too big for this world. And I get it. I get it now. I get what my papa was trying to tell me. Now, does that mean I know the answers to how to deal with this? No. No. Because I cry when it's not even my problems to cry about. I hurt when it ain't even got nothing to do with me. And I want to help. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I want to help myself. And trying to help myself, I've learned throughout my whole life, even as a child, no matter how much pain I endured, or no matter how much pain I was going through, I was always there to help anyone and everyone that needed it. Jump right on it. And all these past few years, just been pondering and wondering, why Summer Lee? Why are you like this? And it just got to the point where I just stopped trying to figure out why I am the way I am. That maybe I'm not supposed to understand, that it's just who I am. And I've accepted it. I'm okay with it. But how do we deal with those moments where it's just so unbearable to where it's affecting your day-to-day life? Well, after sitting out here on my porch for the last 20 minutes debating on if I was even going to come on here and talk. And who knows, this video, if it gets posted, it's a keeper. But there's something out here in this message that's going to reach somebody, and it's meant to be said. I've come to the conclusion that the only way that I can deal with this is, one, pray, and two, try to separate my emotional attachment to these situations and people and things, like, in moderation, is what I'm starting to learn to do. Feel and then release, right? Instead of just wallowing in the pain like I usually do at the end of the night when it's all just over my head. Like I said, crying for people, the situations that ain't got nothing to do with me, and I didn't even put myself in, or people, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's over caring. You know how you got overbearing? Well, I'm over caring. And yes, sometimes I wish I wasn't. Sometimes it gets so bad that I just say, dang, is there just any way just to just turn it off? And I've tried. Shoot, back with my addiction, I tried to numb all of my pain and all of it with drugs, and that never worked. And then when I finally got sober and I had no choice but to feel all these things, it was just like chaotic all over the place. And now, 4 years later, coming back on here and realizing that this doesn't have to just be an answer. We're all different. We all handle things differently. Doesn't mean that we're stronger or weaker than the other. It doesn't mean that we're high. I mean, yeah, some of us are highly. I guess I would be considered highly sensitive, highly emotional, caring person. And some people might take that as too loving or too giving, and then do I always end up screwed over? 9 times out of 10, majority of the time, yeah, I do. And then for a while, it used to really piss me off, and I used to beat myself up for it, like, God, Summer, you're so stupid for this. But now, I'm at the point in my journey to where I'm realizing, so what? God made me this way. God made you this way. God made us different breeds with hearts too big for this world, because that's what this world needs. People need that. Because there's some people out there who are going through some shit to where even their own family disowns them, and we are that one person that gives them hope. Because we care. For example, a customer comes in at my job. I could just feel instantly that they need to smile. And how you doing today? Just that one thing. You have no idea what that one thing could have done for that person, because that person should have a whole support system behind them, but has none. And I hope this is really making sense, because as I'm talking about it, it just seems right for me to put on here tonight for my TTE family, and to just try to spread awareness to the overly caring, big-hearted people who constantly get walked over, stomped on, trash talked, drugged through the dirt and the mud, but are still willing to stand up and defend those very people. You are a different breed. We are what the world needs. Yeah, it sucks and it hurts, but it only makes us stronger. But once you get, like now, I'm getting to the point where I'm realizing, and you can see my eyes are puffy because just crying about it, it's like you wish you could do certain things, and you wish you could stop time and stop the pain in your heart, because you can't help this situation, or you can't control it, but yet you still feel, right? If there was a button for feelings, then, I mean, hell, would we even be human? I don't think so. So guys, I guess this tonight was just more of something to get off my mind and my chest before I lay my head down tonight, and to maybe connect with people who are also like me out there, who go through the same situations. And if you are having a hard time dealing with separating yourself and dealing with the hurt that is caused because you care too much for people who say they don't deserve it. Some of them, their actions might not deserve it, but everyone deserves compassion. Everyone deserves care. Everyone deserves love and light. I don't care what you've done. I don't care where you've been. It's all about where we're going. And I guess I don't even think there was a point to this. It was just me expressing how I felt about this, hoping that there was someone else out there who understood me, understood where I was coming from, and make me feel less of a, and I want to say freak because I don't like the word, make me feel less of a one-man standing in this type of situation. Because I know I can't be the only one who's going through this type of stuff. Because actually I got a few good friends and family in my life that are exactly the same way that I am. But they deal with it differently. And when you ask them, how do you stop the hurt or how do you deal with it, they all have different answers. And you can take all of those answers, but at the end of the day, it's how you handle it. And now I finally got my answer. Once again, my papa said, I'm a different breed. My heart's too big for this world. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm learning to accept the fact that I can lay my head down at night with my heavy heart over someone else's situation and it not be a bad thing. I can take that and push it forward, turn it into something positive, turn it into something loving, not only for the other person, but also for myself, so I don't wallow in the hurt of not being able to stop caring. So basically, I guess what I'm just trying to say is I used to be sorry for caring too much. I used to really just tell myself, please stop. If there was just a way I could just go in and remove that part of me out, I would have done it. And now, thinking about and hearing it out loud that I used to say that, I'm really just mad at myself for. Why would I want to change that part of me that makes me who I am? Even with all my mistakes and the shit that I've done, anyone can be redeemed. And I am no victim. I have victims. I've hurt people. You know, even with the big caring heart, we can still hurt people. But that doesn't mean that there's that we have to, no. I'm not gonna change that part of who I am, because that's how God made me. And that's why I guess it all is connected. I guess that's why I am doing this. I guess that's why I started this whole channel. You know, my first initial thought was to talk about drug awareness and how to deal with depression and through my experiences. But now as I'm growing and going through growth, of course this is still talk about it. But this is also a channel of healing and spreading light and awareness on the people out there who don't speak up about it and who are suffering in silence, to let them know that you're not. And to not only, but to help heal me. And I want to thank y'all. I want to thank each and every one of you for continuing to listen and take it for what it is. Don't twist it around. Don't make something ugly out of it, you know, because of your dislikes for me. You know, this is for healing, helping, and awareness, and just love, because that's what we all need. Love and support. And that's what this is about. And like I said in the beginning, you know, this is more or less me rambling on about something I needed to get off my head and my chest before I laid my head down tonight. It was not less a message, but I do believe there was something in here that some of you are going to take to heart. And you're like, she's got a point. I can relate. I am like her. I do sit here and I cry and I wonder why I care so much about certain situations or certain people when I feel like they don't deserve it. Or just remember, don't stop being that person. Just, even though it hurts and it's hard, reach out to someone, talk to someone about it. But don't ever stop being overcaring. Don't ever stop. Yes, set boundaries for yourself. Set boundaries and limitations to what you will take on. But believe it or not, out of all of those 5 people out there that dislike you for being this way or turn their nose up to you for certain ways, there's 10 more people who are loving you for it. And there's 20 more people who are appreciating you for it. So yes, guys, I guess that's it with the crickets and all. I don't really have much else to say without talking in circles. This is just really something I want to get off my chest, and I hope it reaches someone. And try to stay humble. Try to always stay grounded. Spread love and light. Even just a smile can help someone's day. And if you're struggling with being positive and you're struggling with finding hope, don't give up, because I promise you it's in God's plan, and I promise you there's someone out there that can help you. You are not alone. Don't give up hope, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with you for being who you really are. What would be wrong is for you being who you're not. Always be true to yourself. Always love yourself. And I know that shit's easier said than done, because like I said, I am my own worst enemy. But I am also my very best friend. We all have this in us. We all can do it. Just reach in and find the strength and don't give up. And when someone tells you to stop caring too much, take that shit with a grain of salt. Because I promise you, you're doing bigger things than what you think. Alright guys, love and light to you all. I hope you enjoyed this video.